Hey, everybody. How are you? Happy Sunday. I know earlier today I said, happy Saturday. What can I tell you? Every day at Chateau Crimes and Fashion is Saturday. Peggy, girl, I actually read that comment and I went and looked. You had me in the damn YouTube queue checking to see if, my God, if Elvis has been found alive. Peggy, believe it or not, there was a whole bunch of documentaries on that very subject. So if you could narrow it down for me a little bit, I would be much appreciative. Appreciative. Oh my God. You guys. Oh, Addicted Mind, my friend. It was so nice to see your comment. And I hope that you can make it. If not, well, you just catch it on the replay. You know how that goes. And I'm going to do my best to keep this to, I mean, I'd love to say an hour. I think that might be a little too optimistic on my part, but I'm going to do my damnedest. All right. Oh, y'all, I am streaming on 2 channels, Crimes and Fashion and Fashionistas, Felons, and Fruit Loops, my other channel. I think what happens when I'm streaming on both, and there's a method to the madness, believe that. But I think what happens when I stream on both, the chats do not merge. Okay, that's what I've been told. So I think I see both of them merged. At least I hope I do. Okay, well, I'm gonna put my trusty spectacles on here so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay, well, y'all, Peggy, do you want to enlighten me as to which one of those documentaries I need to watch? You know, I've never really been of the opinion that Elvis is out there, but if he is, I mean, my mind could be changed, I suppose. I have been to Graceland, which, even if you don't think you like Elvis and you're in the area, oh God, by all means, go. Because you don't get, oh, Elvis, there you are, my God. Now, which Elvis are you? God, are you Austin Butler Elvis? I hope so. And if so, I would ask you to please remember that when I did Fashion Police with my friend Coco, I think last week, I was very complimentary to you. We both were. Okay. Well, Peggy, which documentary is it? Because I just Googled exactly what it said. Elvis Found Alive documentary. And believe it or not, about 5,000 of them pulled out. So maybe send me a link or put it in the chat and I'll get it later. Okay. So, all right, kids. First things first. The very first thing I'm going to need to do, I'm going to have to mea culpa for those of you that are a fan of the Latin and those who aren't. Mea culpa, well, that's a Latin word used in the law where you kind of have to, you have to say, I'm sorry, so sorry. I lied. I didn't mean to lie, but I did. But I wasn't trying to. I said that I was not going to talk about the Tragedy pimp grifters. Well, you guys, I'm hoping that I'm not going to be lying again when I say this. Hey, Kathy Clock the House, how you doing? I don't plan on making a regular channel out of this, okay? Because I really don't like doing this because, you know, what I've noticed is the less YouTube I watch, the happier I am. Which makes me really ponder, how do these people do this? If this gets under my skin so badly, just watching it, watching how poorly they treat others and how, I mean, they are absolutely cruel to so many people. Not everybody. I mean, some of them, they're just assholes too. So we got everything from rude asshole, annoyance, all the way to just straight up cruel, re-victimizing people who've already been victimized enough. Okay. So it actually kind of scares me to think that people can make a daily social media existence presence doing the things they do. I don't get it. Okay, Peggy, I am writing that down. Joel Gilbert. And I'm watching it tonight. And I will give you my thoughts next time I go live, if I remember. I guess that'll depend on how much I like the dog. Okay, so unlike several of these people that we're going to talk about, I very much, y'all know I like my list. Very first thing on my little list here is to come in here and acknowledge that I lied. I am doing exactly what I said I was not going to do. And Peggy, you're right. They really are. The tragedy pimps are getting scary. I agree. And to me, what's scary about it is it suggests, at least to me, that the mental state of being, I don't understand it. And even the things I'm going to say here, oh, trust me. Oh, hey, Beer Can Island, how are you? It's nice to see you. I'm going to really try and temper what I say. And I'm going to try and, I mean, let's face it, there's not too many ways to tell people that they suck and they're assholes while being very polite about it and still getting your point across. But I'm going to try, okay? I'm going to try and not make a bunch of personal attacks. I'm going to get some cheap shots in there, though. I mean, what can I tell you? I'm going to cop to it ahead of time. But I'm going to repeat what I've always said, what I've always meant, and what I'm always going to mean. I don't hate anybody, okay? No one. Not on here, not in my real life. There are people on here I can't stand. I think they're not good people. But karma will have her way with them. It's not for me to do, okay? I don't wish any ill will on anyone. Am I going to laugh when it happens? Probably. It'll depend on the severity, obviously. But I don't hate anyone. I don't have any ill will. And I will never go real life. Y'all, I don't live too terribly far from somebody I'm going to talk about here briefly. And if I wanted to, well, I think she's got a court date coming up, from what I understand. And if I wanted to, and I wanted to use her tactics and comport myself in the manner that she does, well, I guess I could get in my car and I could go to the courthouse and I could stand. Oh, actually, better yet. Now, I don't know, because believe it or not, I don't hang out in courthouses. I don't have lawsuits against me, and I don't make my free time, I don't take up my free time harassing people that I don't know. Yeah, beer can, I'm within a couple hours of her, but here's what I'm going to say about that. If I wanted to behave like she does, well, I'd get in my car and I'd get my little camera going. And if I could, if COVID measures are not still in place as far as our courts and open, the sunshine laws, if I was able to, I guess I could go sit in the courtroom and I could take notes on all the proceedings. And then I could, leave a couple minutes before her, run out onto the sidewalk, get my camera going, and I could, harass her. I could stand, a few feet away from her or across the street, and I could heckle her with questions. If she was going to court across the street from my house, I wouldn't go. I just wouldn't. Y'all, this is YouTube, okay? And hi, Addicted Mind. It's nice to see you too. So with all that being said, I am going to talk about the events of the last week and the last couple days as respectfully as I possibly can, because I think that the more people that come out against, I think it'll take a long time, and it would take a lot of people to affect any kind of change in their behavior, because unfortunately, the only people who can really affect change with them. Hey, Steffers, how are you? Well, that's the subs that are eating their content up. And I don't know why. I mean, we all like to watch a little bit of a train wreck, a shit show. I mean, we all do it. But a steady diet of it on the daily, no, I don't get it. And oh, well, Steffers, that's very sweet of you to say, and I appreciate that. The subs are the only ones. They're the ones who are going to affect change. And clearly, there's a large swath of people that want what they're selling. So be it. I mean, I can't. There's no, like I said today in my video, there's no accounting for taste or lack thereof. I will never understand the mindset because I ain't built that way. I don't come from that. And I can tell you that we all say things at times that we shouldn't say, or that we wish that we said better, blah, blah, blah. But I can tell you this. I have a family, and a family that's, very involved in their community, I'll just say. And I have enough respect for my family that I would never, ever find myself harassing people for the sake of internet content or listen, in my opinion, there has to be something more than just content and money that drives these people. It's something in here. One of my favorite channels, Savage Live Media. I heard Shannon say something the other day that is Dazed. Oh, hey, Dazed, how are you? It's nice to see you. I heard Shannon say something the other day that is so true. And I'm not gonna say it word for word, but this is what, paraphrase, this is what she said. Yeah, Peggy, power, that's some of it. And I've said this 100 times. I'm sure I'll say it 100 more. In my experience in life, because I'm old, my experience has been the more power hungry one appears to be. And I don't mean like in terms of your job or things like that. I'm talking about in exerting your will or your thoughts and feelings over others and wanting only your voice heard. The more someone behaves like that, the less of a real voice where it counts they probably have, like their own personal life. So because they don't have it there, they want to exert it over others. So what Shannon said was, and I'm not going to say who she was talking about. You'll know. If you were there, you'll definitely know. And if you weren't there, well, I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. What she said was, I don't care. You got something broken up here. I don't care how much surgery you have. I don't care what kind of purse you have, what kind of sunglasses you have, how much money you want people to think you have. What you're trying to fix with all that isn't what's going to fix it. And listen, I'm not here to diagnose any of these people. I don't know what's wrong with them. If I did, there's plenty of shrinks on here who probably know exactly what's wrong with them. I have my own thoughts. But, okay, so all that being said, there we go. And like I said, y'all, I am going to try my damnedest to call these people out for their gross behavior in the most civilized and calm and rational way that I can. Because I'm not gonna get up here and scream and yell. I don't do that. Okay. That's what I do when I'm by myself, sitting in my living room watching my TV. As I'm screaming, WTF is wrong with you? What are you doing right now? What is your problem? I don't get it. So I try and use humor wherever I can. I don't say I always succeed, but I'm damn sure going to try, okay? Which means I am already starting off from a classier, kinder place than any of them, okay? All right, so, well, we may as well just go in chronological order. What do you think? All right, Bullhorn Betty and Molly Go Lightly. And what I've called the Ashley Furniture debacle. All right, now, everybody, listen, I'm not going to go over all the nitty-gritty of the details here. You guys all know it. There's been hundreds or thousands of people before me that have hashed through all of this. I'm just going to be one in a line of many. So I'm not going to waste your time reinventing the wheel, okay? everybody knows the story. And when I came back, I said I was going to do a lot more fashion stuff. Because it is crimes and fashion. Fashionistas, felons, and Fruit Loops. We seem to always be heavily focused on the criminals, many of which are fellow creators, and the Fruit Loops, also some of our fellow creators. So I am going to do Fashion Police on Betty and Molly at a future date, because I didn't have time to clip pictures and do all that. Because listen, the bottom line is I can help you ladies, and one of you probably much more than the other, and it comes from a good place. It's coming from a place of love. Hey, I want all women to look their best. Okay, so we're gonna save that part for you two, future date. Mallory, House of Williams, I'm doing you today. And I'm not going to get as involved in it as I could. I'm just going to show one image. Elvis. Yeah. I believe if I'm going to do something, I want to give it my all, and I want to do it right. So, I'm going to take my time with that one. Hey, Coco. Y'all, give me just one uno momento, please. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All righty. Okay. Ashley Furniture Gate. So I've heard all kinds of reasons for why any of this happened in the first place. I've heard everything from, it was just a little snafu. They didn't hear the doorbell. The furniture people were there. All the way to, they just manufactured all this for content. I'm sure the truth is somewhere in the middle. I don't know. So here we see, I'm trying to be nice. Here we see Betty and Molly at the Ashley Furniture, where for whatever reason, hi Molly Collie, how are you? For whatever reason, what I have written down here is, Betty, why the hell are you talking? Blah, 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 blah. Besides the fact that you can't shut up. You never met a camera you didn't love. You never met an argument that you didn't want to get yourself involved in. I mean, you were, I guess, from the P.T. Barnum School of Thought. All publicity is good publicity. I don't agree, but I'm pretty sure Betty does. Now, I got some questions like, all right, here's my thoughts on, hey, Constance, how are you? Constance, at some point, I need somebody to explain the chainsaw moniker to me. I'm looking at it for a comment here. Oh, Peggy. Peggy's trying to sick Ben Crump on their ass. Well, I pity them if you do. If you succeed in that, girl, that boy. Is her name pronounced Phasia or Fascia? I'm thinking it's Phasia. Wow. Phasia, if Mr. Crump gets involved in this, well, my goodness, Phasia could end up owning that damn Ashley furniture chain. At least that franchise. Hey, Janica, how are you? Oh, hi, crazy nurse. How you doing? It's nice to see you. Okay. Here's my thoughts on MGL. I don't know nearly as much about her. Well, let's face it, I don't really know anything about any of these people, except what they've shown us. And my my breadth of knowledge on Molly Golightly is far smaller than it is on Betty. And I don't really know a whole lot about Mallory either. But of all of them, I know the least about MGL. Here's what I know. I know that every time I see her screen name, I always think of what most people think of. Holly Golightly from Breakfast at Tiffany's. And when she had Justin and the nurse, I can't remember her name, ER, what's her name? She did a lot of the tracking down Jose. She had on an MGL shirt with what looked like the Tiffany box on the graphic. And I thought to myself, wow, I wonder if Tiffany's knows. Because let me tell you something. A giant luxury brand such as that, they're very protective over their trademark. So I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I've always wondered how she gets away with some of the things she does where that name is concerned. So there's that. And I know that she's a fan of Tom Ford. Oh, by the way, Molly, I wore this lovely lipstick in your honor. That is Tom Ford. Oh, I should have brought the tube in here. It's the real pretty silver iridescent one. Yes. And she's also a fan of clothing that appears to be at least 2 to 3 sizes too small. She likes everything very tight, very shiny. Oh, you know what? I remember I actually saw her wife swap episode. And you know what I remember from it? More than the episode itself. Hey, Prissy, how are you? What I remember from that, what sticks out in my head so much, and this will tell you where my head, my happy place. When she went in her closet, she had lots of shoes, but here's what I remembered about her shoes. They all looked like they were plastic, and the heels, the sole, not the heel, well, the heel too, but the soles of the shoes, y'all, that's how you tell when a shoe is cheap. When the sole is plastic, when the whole shoe looks like it's plastic. I personally do not buy fast fashion. I don't want to support that. I don't buy Forever 21. I don't buy Charlotte Russe. I don't buy Zara or any of those types of stores. Hell, I don't even buy Steve Madden. But that's me. I'm not going to tell any of you that you shouldn't buy it. I'm not going to tell you that I don't like you if you do. But that's what I remember about her wife swap episode was she had a nice size closet. And I just remember thinking, oh, it's such a shame. She's got all those cheap plastic shoes in there. Okay, so that's pretty much what I know about her. I know that she's got quite a few subs. She likes tight, shiny, too small clothes. I would imagine her footwear choices have, maybe elevated a little bit. And she's a fan of, self-improvement, we'll just say. Hey, I ain't gonna hate on her for that either. So, okay, that's what I know about her. And I know that she'll do anything for content, apparently. Y'all give me one more second. I'm sorry. So, well, dang it. Okay. I'm sorry. This is something I can only do. All right. Why is my... Well, I don't know why my... Hold on. Give me one more. Una Memento. Prissy, I'm looking for your name on here. I don't know why. I can't see it on my phone to mod you. I'm so sorry, you guys. Give me just one more. I'm going to try one more time. Let me try and go in again. Okay. I don't know why. Prissy, I don't see your name on here on my phone, but I see it in the chat. All right. Okay. So anyway, okay, so that's what I know about her. And I know she's a big personality and she's, oh, good. She's got that accent that just makes me crazy. And I'm sorry. I always thought, hey, she can't help it if she's got that heavy New Jersey accent. That's not her fault. But interestingly enough, and I've heard someone else mention this, her accent seems to wax and wane. Sometimes it's super thick and annoying, and sometimes it's just half of that. All right, and we all know about Betty. So yeah, apparently MGL is awaiting a furniture delivery from Ashley Furniture. I've heard reasons why. People are speculating that some furniture has left, so some new furniture needs to come in. I don't know her like that. I'm not going to comment on that because I know nothing about her and her husband, nor do I care. So supposedly, Phasia from Ashley Furniture, who is the lovely receptionist that, my God, somebody ought to give that woman a medal, because I tell you what, she put up with straight up abuse. Betty, you need to seek help, okay? You are one of the angriest. What is wrong with you? Seriously. See, I don't get the impression that MGL, I think she's a nut job. I think that she'll use anybody and anything for content. But here's the difference. This is what I've said before and what I'm going to continue to say until I feel otherwise. And that is this. Well, I see her coming a mile away. She's an opportunist. She's a shameless self-promoter. When it comes down to brass tacks, MGL is going to take care of MGL. Much like I think Dolly probably did where Betty was concerned. So here's my first question. Betty, or Molly, what the hell? Why are you associating with Betty? Because you got a lot more subs than she does. And here's what I was leading up to before I sidetracked. Oh, yes, crazy nurse. I think I did address that this morning about the Ashley Furniture. Yeah, I know. I don't know too many ballers who buy their furniture from Ashley Furniture. Just saying. And I'm not hating on anybody who shops at Ashley. There is nothing wrong with Ashley Furniture. They've got some lovely furniture there. But someone like her who tries to present this image that, she's rolling in the dough. Let me tell you something. I know lots of people that are rolling in dough, and their wives are not sitting at home living their whole life on YouTube. Like, it would not be acceptable. When you roll up to the charity foundation luncheon, no, it's frowned upon. So the difference I see between her and Betty, and why I don't understand why she wants the negative connotation, and, well, I'll just use a word that I've heard in the Murdoch trial, taint. Why does she want the taint that comes with Bullhorn Betty? Because here's the difference I see. And y'all, don't get it twisted. I got her number. I got it. I totally get it. Here's the difference I see. Molly can act very cordial. She can be funny. She can be very self-deprecating. Betty? No, none of those things. So why? I don't get it. So supposedly, to hear Phasia tell it, she had been, I guess either MGL or her husband had been calling that furniture store all morning, she said, about a delivery. Now, to hear them tell it, the furniture people tried to deliver furniture. They let the dog out. They left the door open, and something about furniture on the lawn. I don't get any of that, but here's what I do know. I have bought furniture from Restoration Hardware, from Wayfair, and I thought I got another. Was that? It doesn't matter. Those two places for certain, and here's what I know. You get, especially from Wayfair, hell, even from Restoration Hardware, the people who deliver it are subcontractors. They have your contact information from the store you purchased from, and they reach out to you, typically the day, at least the day before, sometimes 2 to 3 days before. They're going to give you a window. And in the two things I had delivered, a couch and a actually I did. I bought a whole set from Wayfair, and I bought for my formal dining and living room, and then my regular living room where we all live, I got a couch from Restoration Hardware. And both places I was contacted beforehand. They contacted me that morning of the delivery to give me the window. And then they called me again when they were going to be about an hour out. So there's her story. It doesn't work. Okay. And I don't give a shit, because it doesn't matter, because there's no excuse. And from that video, it looked to me that Betty, as usual, Betty was the one who was the most abusive. Molly was, she had a clip tone in her voice. She was pushy, but I've heard worse, okay? And this whole bullshit that people like, I don't know which one of them had the camera, but I can guess. This bullshit of people thinking that it's cool to just take your camera out when you're, at the dentist's office, at the grocery store, at the furniture store, and just start filming everybody because they happen to be sharing your same airspace, your ozone. That is so rude. And it is just an asshole, presumptuous thing to do. And if you have any class or manners about you, you don't do that. I mean, I just don't get it. And, if the excuse for doing that was, oh, well, I wanted to document in case, she was hateful and horrible to me. No, I only saw, no, that came from the other side of the counter, the hateful, horrible. You can do that. You can audio record without putting your camera in somebody's face. And I'm telling you, I will not be the least bit sorry. And truthfully, I'll probably laugh when one of these assholes gets what is so coming to them, which is somebody to bitch slap them, or I don't know, maybe knock a tooth loose. I won't care. And neither will anybody else. Because when you are so abusive with this thing, I mean, this thing is not to terrorize other people and make other people's life harder. Like all these people I'm talking about seem to think it is. So, Phasia, and I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, girl, you deserve a medal. And if what I heard is correct, that you were suspended over that, if that's the case, I would recommend that everyone who does not think that that's right, well, why don't you all send a nice email or make a phone call to Ashley Furniture and let them know how you feel about their policy and how their employees are treated. And Betty, I've told you before, you need help. Something is wrong with you. You're mean, you're aggressive, you're rude, you're condescending, you're arrogant, you're combative, you're violent. Holy shit. I mean, I didn't even write any of that down. That just rolls right out of my head. Nobody's saying that about me, Betty. Somebody might say I'm a bitch, but I don't behave like that. I've never been in a fight ever in my life. I don't find myself in court on the regular or ever. It is not normal to revel in such negative, just God, it's like everything is just, I don't know how you sleep at night, honest to God. If I knew as many people hated me as hate you, I mean, I would look in the mirror and which I've done plenty in my life. I mean, usually by your age, Betty, people are calmed down. I mean, I was a Karen in my younger years. I'm talking way younger. Like before I ever had crazy nerves. Well, I said myself, I'm a Mater Brothers girl. I love Mater Brothers. I love Ethan Allen. Peggy. Duper's Delight. Yeah, there's it's a shrink's dream. That's all I can say. Okay, so yeah, back to my original thought when I started with this. Why is Betty running her yapper? Why? And Betty, now listen, I'm going to say this as nicely as I can. Girl, middle-aged woman, sorry, I shouldn't have used that. you are a whole hot ass mess. Your hair is tragic. I mean, Betty, why don't you just cut off the part that's dead, which would be about, I don't know, 3 feet. You are too old and too misshapen to be wearing a Hard Rock hoodie. Betty, we have lots of these. I know, the general area you live in, your county, there is a fantastic mall over by Lakewood Ranch. It's pretty new. Now, because it's you I'm talking to, I'm not going to suggest that you go to the amazing Saks Fifth Avenue they have there, please. But there's all kinds of other stores. You need yourself some grown, serious-ass woman clothes, okay? And your Joe Dirt, Motley Crue groupie, black over-the-knee boots. And your jeans, well, I would suggest, now the jeans are not tragic. I would suggest, though, a darker wash. If you're going to wear skinny, it's very hard to pull off that really light colored wash. So just go, the style's fine, Betty. I'm not hating on you for the style, but let's go for a darker wash. But Betty, you're too old to be rolling around like, I don't know, like one of the goth kids, the druggy kids from the local middle school, walking home huffing cigarettes with the other bad kids. Like, that's what you look like. That's what your wardrobe looks like. My God, if you want to be taken so seriously, and, well, my God, to hear everything with you is serious. Everything is a DEFCON 4 situation. Your rights are being trampled on. I mean, come on. Peggy, I don't care how broke she is. She could go to the damn Goodwill and find lots of lovely things. And Betty, I'd be happy to help you. And, Molly, like I said, we're going to do the fashion police on both of you later, because you're both repeat offenders. Molly, for the love of God, girl. Listen, I get it. You're bringing sexy back, and that's fine. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to talk you out of it. But work with me here. Pick one. Pick a lane. Pick one at a time. Either super short, super tight, super shiny. But you can't wear them all at the same time. For F's sake. And I don't give a damn if you're carrying a Tom Ford bag. You still look like trash. Okay. So yeah, I'm just curious. Molly, why are you running around with her? Because I can understand why she wants to attach to you. Because if I'm not mistaken, you've got at least 4 times the subs that she's got. What do you need her for? You sure as hell don't need her for fashion advice. I don't think you need her for a mouthpiece. God knows you know how to get things done. So I don't get it. And then Betty, it's not, oh, hey, Revival, how are you? I meant to say hi when you came in. Sorry, when I get going, I gotta let it out while I can still remember it, because I'm distracted so easily. Then I forget what I was saying. Yeah, so it's just, y'all this didn't end well the last time. There was quite a parting of the ways. God, Molly, I would suggest you do that again. But yeah, it really was beyond me why the hell Betty was talking at all. Because Betty, don't you need a roof, pumpkin? Why don't you worry about the outside of your house and let Molly worry about the inside of hers? And then Betty has the absolute unmitigated gall. And one day it's going to, one day you're going to pick the wrong one, Betty. It looked like you were probably in the airport, I'm assuming. And naturally, because I'm sure in her mind, she's a celebrity. So, before she gets on that plane, she's gotta turn her camera on and let all of her wisdom and assessment of the situation that wasn't even her problem. Well, she's got to make sure that she lets all of America know that, like always, Betty is the victim. Betty has been victimized. Betty, you are not a victim. I watched Heels in the Air's latest video before I came in here. She's got this filter on you. Oh, God, is it scary. And you are talking about Dylan, who I think is one of the girls from the Idaho deal. I'm not interested in that. I haven't been following it. I don't plan on it. I have a young kid. I'm not interested in it. But I heard you just denigrate that girl. Talk about how you were a victim of SA yes, you said you were a victim of SA. You were a victim of child abuse when you were a child, hence the name child. Well, Betty, I tend to believe that. I do. I actually believe you. And you know what? Because I'm a better person than you are, I'm going to tell you this. I'm sorry that happened to you. And I mean that. Because it's pretty clear to me and probably everybody else that something bad happened to you that has made you what you are now. And for that, I am sorry. It is tragic because I don't think you're a happy person at all. I think you are a miserable, insecure, deeply troubled woman. That's just my woman on the street perspective. Yeah. Oh, and Betty, let's see, we went over that. I had to laugh because I heard Betty on one of the clips, because I do not go to her channel. I will not give her 1 second of a view. She was talking about, she was coming back from Pennsylvania and she had hours and hours of the Murdaugh case that she had to, give her analysis on. Betty, honey, there's lots of lawyers, real lawyers with real educations that are on here doing that very thing. So girl, look, you're a busy woman. Don't take that off your plate. The professionals have got it. Okay. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it. We're all watching it, but we don't all play lawyer. Betty, I've told you before, and I'm going to tell you again. I have forgotten more of my legal education than you've ever known. And we're going to go over a couple things. Okay. The title of my video from today I think it was a thumbnail for this live. I said that, how did I put it? Something about Pandora's box. When Betty was talking about how she's got all these hours of legal analysis she needs to do for the Murdaugh case. She said that, the defense may have made a big mistake, and in a very condescending way that she has, because I know the law, guys. I am educated in this. I have a legal education. Betty, the school you went to, honey, that's just a finance company, okay? And there's a documentary on Amazon about these types of schools. It's not a state school. Like, I went to a state school. They would have to take my degree and those credits and take them at any state university if I chose to pursue a higher degree. Where Betty went to school, I believe just in the very recent last few years, our state schools have just started taking most of the credits, not all of them. And those types of schools, they are truly nothing but a finance company. They will take anyone. And where they make their money is financing said education. Okay? And if you choose to go that route, which I would not, it wouldn't be what I would recommend to anyone, but if that is the route you go, you just need to know that those credit hours are far more than comparable state schools per hour credit hour rate. And by the time you get done with your financed education that you bought from a finance company that is going to give you a piece of paper after it's the Ann Scott of colleges. That's what it is. It's like a payday loan. So by the time you're done, you probably could have gone to Harvard for the same price, okay? Yeah, Betty, your school is like the Ashley Furniture of colleges. So yeah, Betty was lecturing everyone about, her important legal analysis she needs to do. And the defense, they made a mistake. And they, there's a thing called, when they make a mistake and they, how did she put it? They open up, they let in something that shouldn't have been let in. And it's like Pandora's box. Well, as usual, Betty, you're a little bit right, but mostly wrong. And Betty, it would, what's the word for the day, class? Well, truthfully, it's the word for the damn year. What's the word, Betty? We're going to use this word in a sentence properly, because Betty, I know you love this word. Betty, it would behoove you to go over 404 evidence. And that deals with the legal construct of not Pandora's box, Betty, but opening the door. Okay? So in layman's terms, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is when evidence of prior bad acts or reputation type of evidence that would not have otherwise been allowed in the current case, the state would be barred from bringing in that type of evidence unless and until the defense does what is called opening the door, meaning they asked a question that then Betty, it's just like what it sounds like, sweetie. It's not Pandora's box. That's that's what happened when, all the bad juju went out in the world. No, this is, well, y'all brought it up. So guess what? Since you want to talk about it, well, you have opened the door for us to use what would have otherwise been not admissible character evidence, etc. That's what it is. Okay? And I didn't even go to Betty's law school. Oh, yes. Okay. Y'all, let me see. What are we looking like on time? We're exactly at 1 hour. Okay, I think I can get through Mallory. We're not gonna, hold on 1 second. Oh, just because I'm nice this way, in case you don't believe me, Bets. Betty, why don't you do this more often? This is from the American Bar Association, and this is Rule 404B, opening the door. There it is. I'm blind. I can't see. I can't make it any bigger. Otherwise, I would read it for you, but I would be happy to send it right along to you. So there you go. It was very easy to find, and there it is. Oh, and while we're at it, Betty, here's another thing that I would just love, love, love if you would avail yourself of, and that would be this. To behoove someone to do something is to make it advisable or necessary to do so for their own good or that of others. Yes, Betty. So now you know how to use the word behoove, because Betty, you are still using the word behoove improperly. You did some stupid community post where you put, it was you threatening all the people that you're going to be suing, God, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Jeez. All right, Mallory, now we're up to you. Okay, here's what I'm going to say, because my words are not going to be twisted. The meaning of the message is not going to be twisted. The title of your video, you won't be accusing me of that. Well, you can, but I'm going to make it real plain right here. Nobody is trans bashing you, just like nobody did at St. Jude's, okay? Nobody trans bashed you, and nobody racially profiled you, okay? We're getting to that. But I just want it very clear up front before I say one word. I don't give a damn what you identify as. I have never referred to you as anything but she, her, Mallory, or House of Williams, okay? And I will, even though I don't see you as being someone that extends respect to others, and I don't feel like I owe you nothing. You're nobody to me. But I will extend that respect to you because that's who you say you are. So that's fine. That is how I will refer to you and see you. Okay? As Mallory Williams, she is from House of Williams. And that goes for anybody else that may identify differently than how they were born. I don't know how to put it any more delicately. I'm not woke, but I am respectful. And as long as you're not hurting me or my family, I do not give a good goddamn what you do in your bedroom, in your house. I don't care if you wear a dress, a bra, sweatpants. I don't care. Okay, so let's just make sure we're all on the same page with that. Okay, we got that. Nobody's trans bashing you, and you know, I don't know that you're doing yourself any favors by pulling that card, because anybody who is a thinking person and is honest, the disrespect in that video of your little St. Jude runway sidewalk telethon for yourself, gross, disgusting, classless, vile, foul, tasteless. Can I go on? Sure. Will I? No, I don't need to. You were the only one I saw that was being rude, combative, disrespectful. You disrespected a whole building full of desperately ill children and their parents. You disrespected everything that was going on in that building. The people, all the people who work there and care for those kids, I mean, honestly, it could make me cry right now. But bitch, these eyelashes cost more than your god-awful, than the entire thing you had on from your friggin' nasty-ass wig that, not for nothing, my cat scratch post, you know how you get those find at Home Goods, or, you know, they have like, it's just plywood and then they put this cheap, shitty, shag-looking carpet on the bottom of it. Yeah, the carpet on my cat scratch post, it was more akin to hair than that thing you had on your head. I would suggest you go back when calmer heads prevail and go watch yourself. And if you don't think that what the woman in the building who you tried to get past with your bullshit lie, like anybody, bitch, you better get on your knees every night and thank God you don't have any reason to be eating lunch in a children's cancer cafeteria. You are disgusting. And it's not because of what's... I'm judging you on your behavior. I'm just going to throw your tragic non-fashion sense in while I'm at it. I'm just, hey, you know, you said at the end of that video, as you were ripping one of those security guards, who, by the way, we're all pretty kind to you. And the one that you had the absolute unmitigated gall to ask if he wanted to go valet your car for you. You know, for somebody who fancies to herself, what do they call that? Not a disenfranchised class. What is that called? When you're kind of, you know, maybe in a class of people that don't necessarily feel like they get the respect they deserve, or they're not as accepted by, as, you know, without reservation by as many people as they would like to be. Well, bitch, you didn't do a thing to advance your cause, okay? How tone deaf are you? You spoke to a black man like he was your personal valet? You're lucky that none of them threw you to the ground and gave you what you were begging for. And I got news for you, Pumpkin. You're not a well put together woman. Far from it. You're a train wreck, okay? But don't worry, I'll help you. Get a better wig. You don't have to spend a fortune, but my goodness, you can do better than that. Your fupa Sweetie, if you're going to wear, well, let's just pull your picture up since I'm so heated. See, I don't like people that make a joke of babies who are dying and their families who are also dying. You sick bitch. Ugh. God, you're vile. So disgusting. Oh, yes. You look like, I heard the glarer say that you look like Michael Myers. And you know what? He's not far off, okay? I can't quite put my finger on it. Sometimes when you go to football games, there's this, the kids will wear, like in the college, we go to a lot of college football games. Sometimes in the student section, you'll get these kids who will put on that, you know, it's like a head to toe spandex suit, and there's no eyes, there's no features. It's just very like off-putting and weird. This whole vibe you got going on here. Okay, let's talk about this first. Well, no, first we're going to talk about this. Okay, like I said, whether this is your homage to what you think, how did you put it? Your 2% Black Lives Matter. So is that what this is? Is this an homage? So you're the racist. Is that how that goes? I'm not sure, because this is either a really nasty wig, or you really do have absolutely no taste at all. Probably both. Okay. So let me see if I can find, let me see if I have a better picture. Oh yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, you seem to have, I don't know, I'll give you this much, you certainly seem to have an intact ego. Oh my God. Oops, what happened? How did I lose it? All right, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, this thing here, that's what I called your fupa necklace. Mallory, okay, first of all, you're too old to be wearing this burnout. That black top is semi-sheer, and it's hard to see, but it's kind of got like an embedded patterning. That, I call that a burnout print. Like I said, it's semi-sheer. And our girl here, well, she's definitely doesn't seem to be a fan of the gym. Okay. Yeah, Mal. Whew, I think I don't think that shirt is doing you any favors. The necklace, see, us girls with big boobs, because I have some boobs I bought too. Yeah, you see, we can't wear these lovely necklaces that girls with flatter chests can, because you know, you just lose it all. It all falls into the valley of the shadow of death here between your silky milkies. Well, no, not yours. Yours are just silkies. Yeah. Okay. So, but of everything, that's the least offensive things we've got going on. It's the belly, Mallory. Girl, get that Amazon wish list out, and you need to put, I use the ab carver. Girl, I'm telling you, it's amazing. Now, it's a little hard when you first start doing it. It's pretty tough because, I mean, let's face it, you're going to be, it's a wheel and it's got handles on either side, and you do this. And, it's going to take a while, but we can get rid of this little Mallory. Me calling it a fupa was kind. Okay. I could call it something else, but I'm not going to. We'll stick with fupa. But this thing that I'm thinking you probably think is a belt. No, that's not a belt. That's it's a fupa necklace. That's what it is, and it's awful. No, it's tragic. It's all tragic. I'm going to give you high marks for choosing black. Black is always going to be your friend. And your blazer. Let's share another picture. Did we already? Let's see. Did we look at this one? I think we did. Let me just make sure. No, we're not going to use that one. We'll go back to the blazer. Well, what the hell did I just do here? Present, share, window. Okay. Your blazer, I'm not really understanding it, but it's not offensive. The length is all wrong. We're somewhere between. I'm thinking you probably wanted this to be a blazer, but I'm getting lab coat. I'm getting lab coat in some shade of but it's not offensive. And in a package that's all offensive, really, oh God, I'm trying, Mallory. I can work with this jacket. If I thought it was worth any more than $29.99, I would say take it and get it hemmed so that it hits you in the right spot. But no, just throw it out and get something new. And I noticed that oh, legendary CEO. Well, we're just having a little party. I noticed that you're a big fan. I'm going to take this down because we all know what it looks like and I don't want to look at it anymore. Oh my God, is the Super Bowl today? Oh my God, there's my friend Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens, how are you? Mike Stevens, I gave you a shout out, my very first live back. So I'm glad you've found your way here. I noticed you waited until I was done talking about Betty, Mike. That's all right. Oh my God, Coco, you are so right. Girl, I was thinking the same thing. Cooter chainmail. God, I hate saying that word. God, I hate saying that word, cooter. That is so gross. Oh, isn't that what? There's a turtle named Cooter. And no, I'm not talking about Dolly. There's seriously, hand to God, there is a turtle named Cooter. Oh, thanks, Heels. It's free people. I've actually said the word COOTER more times in the last minute than I have in my entire life. Coco, it did. It looked like some kind of vagine chainmail. We'll say vagine. Yeah, it's vagine chainmail. Vagine is just a nicer, like zhuzhed up way. If cooter is the redneck version of vagine, vagine is, it's the zhuzhed up cooter. Anyway, Mallory, I know you live in Florida like I do. Girl, listen, I know you're a big fan of the polyester because I see what you wear. Mallory, girl, I mean, now that you're like this world famous YouTuber and you're getting all the respect and the props that you so richly deserve, Let me tell you how I met Mallory. Oh, wait, but before I do that, what I was saying is, now that you're making all this money, Mallory, well, my goodness, girl, get some silk, okay? Silk breathes in Florida. Polyester breathes nowhere. And the cold shoulder, no. Ixnay, the cold shoulder. Your wardrobe is too heavily skewed, polyester, cold shoulder, okay? So, and I'm y'all, I guarantee you that shirt she's wearing, I stake my very life on it, polyester. Not all polyester, but it had polyester in it. Promise you. Oh, Peggy, consider yourself lucky if you've never heard that word. Vagine. Yeah, so this is how I became acquainted with Mallory. Back before I thought she was horrible and wretched. Oh, Rock-a-Lot, how are you? I actually just found your channel the other day, and I was watching you last night. I was watching you drag this fool. Yeah, Rock-a-Lot, I was here once before, and you know, it just all got to be a bit too much, and I blew my whole channel up and walked out of the building, stayed away a few months, and now I'm back for better or worse. And I promise, since you and I don't really know each other, listen, I have a particular gift for this. I try and only use my powers where needed. I promise you and everybody else, I'm never going to go after somebody who doesn't deserve it. And listen, Mallory has gone after every single person on this platform who's been here any length of time. So and listen, I'm just a little peon, okay? She doesn't even know I'm alive. Yeah, I'll tell you how I got acquainted with her. I had a sub, very lovely lady, that I think she's come back. She has, because she left me a comment. Well, thank you, Mike Stevens. That's very nice of you to say. Hey, hippie forum. What the hell was I just saying? My sciatic nerve is starting to kick in. I'm getting a little electric shock in my hip. Okay, so this very lovely sub, she was one of my first subs. And she told me, she said, well, I think first she told me I reminded her of Joan Rivers. And I said, well, that is like compliment of the highest order. I don't think I deserve that, but thank you very much. It is what it is. You couldn't find it because I left. I blew the whole thing up. I poured gas on it. I lit the match, and I was like that bitch on Investigation Discovery who's wearing the trench coat strolling out of the building that's a raging inferno behind her. That was me. But I'm back. Okay, so she suggested Mallory. She said, oh, you've got to listen to House of Williams. I love her. She was a stand-up comedian, and interestingly enough, one of the second things she told me was she's got a wish list. And I was like, okay. And so I did. I went and I checked Mallory out. Now, this was probably a year and a half ago, something like that. And, on first listen, she wasn't my cup of tea. The bell made me insane. Listen, I'm not a super religious person at all, but I do believe in a higher power. And I just don't think, kind of like I used to tell Prayer Garden of America with profanity. Profanity, when well placed, is a is a very useful device, and it really packs a wallop. when you say it every other word, when you say fuck in a 10-word sentence, every 8.5 words is the F-bomb, it just doesn't mean as much. It loses its luster, let's just say. So that was kind of how I looked at Mallory with the JC all the time. Just Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. And hey, no shade. I'm not here to tell anybody what to believe, but it just wasn't for me. But I did listen to her several times. Hell, I think I even gave her $20 once. And an ongoing theme that you would hear all the time was how long she'd been on YouTube, how hard she worked on YouTube, and how underappreciated she was. And she would tell her subs, listen, people, you got to get out there. You got to get my name out there. I mean, she literally gave her subs the marching orders. And I'm going to hate on her for it. It was, but message was received loud and clear. You're a comedy genius and you're very underappreciated. And all these other people who have so many more subs who aren't nearly as funny, blah, 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 blah. And interestingly enough, when I listened to her those few times, Pee-Pee Gate, how are you? When I listened to her those few times, I'm pretty sure she referred to Molly as Sloppy Molly. Let's see, there was Sloppy Molly. She called Benny Keys Brother Gang Gang. Gang Ministries. I got to give her that one. That shit was pretty funny. So that's just kind of like my reference for you. I have to say, Mallory, I'm really disappointed, girl. I know that I'm disappointed that you had such a weak showing yesterday when you went to go, use dying kids and their families as your content. When you had your little sidewalk telethon. Mallory, you're a damn dry beggar. My God, I would hide in shame before I would ever admit to anyone that I needed money for a bill and that I needed you to pay it. You do you, boo. I mean, you go right ahead. But girl, listen, I have seen you in your lip syncing videos with a damn decent wig and a full beat face of makeup. So what that disgusting shit that you wore your whole, what the hell made you think that you should try the natural look with your makeup? Yeah. Beat face. Oh, heels in the air. Beat face. Beat face means. Hi, Kirk71. I just wanted to say hi to some people that I haven't seen before, or people that are coming back. JDR749. Heels in the air. I got to tell you, I was Alex Erickson. How are you? I laughed. I burned up my channel. And I don't know, I might have made the mistake of coming back. One memento, please. There's just something I wanted to. All right, this damn thing. Yeah, heels. A beat face is just full face makeup. And what was the other thing we were talking about? Well, thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Oh, Kirks, I'm so glad I looked over and saw your comment. Mallory, Sweet Pea. take this piece of information and put it in your pocket for next time. When you said to the security guard and the cop that you were part of an online group and that you were pretty, I believe the exact phrase was pretty heavy donors. Which just tells me that you've never met a heavy donor. And here's how you're going to know. Okay, I wouldn't say a heavy donor. I prefer baller. Here's a surefire way to know. Use this metric and you will never go wrong. When your name is on the side of the building, you are a pretty heavy donor. Yes. So imagine my hilarity at hearing you utter those words. Looking a hot mess. I mean, are you honestly going to tell everyone that you have no idea what would have raised the alarm about you? There's nobody in their right mind that, oh, I don't know how I forgot this. I'm almost done dragging you for filth, okay? Your purse. Mallory, we've already got too much going on, okay? The necklace is, the length is wrong. It's, down in the valley of the shadow of silicone. And I ain't hating on it because I got them too, girl. I just wear the, this is look, this is good boob necklace, okay? And believe me, I know what I'm talking about because Mallory, mine sit higher than yours, okay? But yes, this, and this is very tasteful. Diamonds, Mallory, you can that reminds me, last night, this is no bullshit, I watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Anybody who's ever watched me knows that I am a huge old movie buff. Turner Classic Movies, my favorite channel. I'm not usually a big musical person, but I watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes last night. I watched it twice, okay, in a row. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. And, I always believe in the bigger the better. See, Mallory, sometimes bigger and gaudier is better. Like in the case of diamonds. Polyester, not so much. Cheap, shitty wigs, no. Okay, anyway. The purse, the Coach bag. Mallory. Now listen, there is nothing wrong with Coach. At one time, I thought Coach was a designer bag. I don't look at it that way now. But I don't hate on anybody who likes Coach. It's just not my thing. But your little baby Coach bag, which, hey, that's like a pochette. That's a great little purse. That style. Not hating on the style. Is that the bag that MGL gave you? I know she didn't give you one of her Tom Ford bags. That bag came from the outlet. I promise. And I have another promise. Mallory, if you will stop harassing people and victimizing people who are already victims, I will give you a real designer bag out of my closet. I've got a few Tory Burch bags I would let go. Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't giving you a Chanel bag. I'm not giving you a Louis Vuitton bag. I might have some old beat Prada. I doubt it. I wouldn't give it to you anyway. But I will give you a Tory Burch bag. But you're going to have to, promise that you're not going to do this kind of thing anymore. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Just doing my part to, help out the community. Okay. Yeah, your little sidewalk telethon, as I dubbed it. Oh God, it was in the poorest taste. Poorest taste. Those cops deserved a medal. Security guards, cops, whatever the hell they were, they deserved a medal. Okay. Hi, Annie. How are you? Paula, this is being streamed on 2 channels. Holy mothership, lady. Oh, the mothership. Do you know that I saw the mothership, and I'm sorry, I'm a Pat McGrath fan. So the mothership is my favorite eyeshadow palette. Oh, heels in the air. You'll stop harassing for Hermes. Bitch, you're going to have to kill somebody for an Hermes. Oh. Okay. I promise I'm wrapping up. Let me just consult my notes to make sure I've gotten all my points out. Yeah, another thing, when I turn the corner on my thoughts on Mallory and started looking at her as really mean-spirited, and I know she tried to pass this off as dark humor. Listen, I know what dark humor is. I'm older than you are, and I've seen all kinds of comedians. No, actually, I've known a few too. And that was the Summer Wells and the milk jugs. She got into that, tete-a-tete with Tiffany Marie. That was also just got to a point where it was disgusting. It was cruel. It was disgusting. And, she's probably lucky that Tiffany Marie didn't make her everyday project for longer than she did. I think she drug her real good for a few days, but yeah, that was when I really started thinking she was, some people I can separate the real person that's there from the shameless self-promoter, opportunist, blah, blah, blah. I mean, let's face it, there's almost everybody on here is willing to do way more than I am. Okay. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not. I like to do this. I don't need to do this. So, and I have no problem with anybody making money on here. This is a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. Listen, do you know how long it takes me to put heels in the air? This is a full beat. Okay. Now, I don't wear foundation, but I wear, like primer that's got purple. It's purple primer. So it's that. It's lashes. Oh, yeah, Mallory, I never finished telling you about my eyelashes. Yeah, these are magnetic lashes from Static Nails. And I love them. And yes, these lashes cost more than your wig. These lashes were, well, let's see, you have to buy the lashes and you have to buy the glue separate. And by the time you do that and you get it shipped, it's about $80. So I'm pretty sure your what did I say that wig? Oh yes, I said that the wig that my cat scratch post, that the carpet on my cat scratch post had more thread count and was more believable and more akin to hair than that wig. So I feel very confident in saying that my lashes cost more than, well, I'm not going to say your entire outfit, but definitely your damn wig. Okay. Yeah, Mallory stood out there on the sidewalk in front of St. Jude's like it was a red carpet. Like this was some kind of a damn, hey, blank screen. It was just the most bizarre thing. Now, I've heard lots of people say that she did that to give cover and as a distraction for Molly and Betty and the Ashley furniture debacle. I don't know that that's the case. Although I do get the impression that she is like, you know, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me. I want to be with the cool girls, even though they're not the cool girls. That's the friggin' prison table, okay? That girl, like, you know, we got the prison rec yard, we got the prison cafeteria, and then we've got like the ladies who lunch over here at the charity fundraiser table. Which one yet? Just saying. Okay, so we went over your fupa necklace. Mallory, don't ever do that again. Please, I'm begging you. As one well put together woman to another. No, there's only one of us that's well put together. And I make an effort. I do a full beat every day. You will never. I take that back. One time I did come on YouTube in my pajamas with no makeup on. But I always pick an outfit. Not usually jeans. That's just usually on the weekends. Casual weekend. You know, let's see. I wore these this morning. I mean, okay, this is fashion. All right. What do you think that is? 6.5 inches, maybe? Oh, I could say something else, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I make an effort. So it's not like I'm telling you to do something I'm not willing to do. Nope. Okay, so the fupa, Mallory, please don't ever do that again. That thing is tragic. Throw it in the garbage. It's not a necklace. It's not a belt. It's not a fupa necklace. It's cheap garbage, and you need to throw it out. Okay, burnout top, nope. Wig, we've been through that, nope. Oh my goodness, the only other thing I would be remiss if I did not mention was, oh, damn it. Sorry, I got to put my shoes back on. You guys want to hear something funny? Okay, I am very short, very short. I'm shorter than anybody on here, I promise you. Even though y'all cannot see anything from here down, at least I hope not, because I'm not wearing pants. No, I'm just kidding. I am. I could be sitting here barefoot, my UGG bedroom slippers, but no, what am I wearing? Now, I don't have them buckled, but I am sitting here wearing these shoes because, you know, it's just part of my armor. It's just the icing on the cake that makes Lisa, Lisa. So let it never be said that I do not make an effort, because I do. Hell, I make a lot more of an effort than I would say. I'll leave that up to you. The shoes, Mallory. What the hell were those? Were those? Oh God Almighty! Please tell me. I think that those black, round-toed little Minnie Mouse looking, were those Croc Mary Janes? Oh, please say it ain't so. Listen, even I have a pair of Crocs. I will admit, when I cook a lot, like at the holidays, I have to wear them in my kitchen because there is nothing worse for back problems and than standing on tile floors. Even wood, it just kills me. So alas, I do have Crocs. They may or may not have Swarovski crystal on them. So I'm not against Crocs. I'm against Crocs on you, Mallory, or whatever that thing was you were wearing on your feet. First, I thought it was some kind of an orthopedic, like jazz shoe, like my mother-in-law, bless her heart, she's 82 years old, and you know she's at the place in her life where she doesn't wear orthopedic shoes, but she does wear these like white leather. Listen, I'm old. I'm in my 50s. So anybody who's even close to my age, when I say jazz shoe, you will probably know what I'm talking about. That's kind of what Mallory's, those tragic black little, oh no, no. Now listen, girl, I don't expect you to be running around the damn grifting and terrorizing the cancer hospital and, wearing my Louboutins. Not that you could, even for any number of reasons. I don't expect you to be running around those damn 6-inch heels, but I think we can do better than the Minnie Mouse Crocs, Mary Jane things, whatever they were. Oh God. I mean, what? We got some like ghetto 1970s throwback to Studio 54. If you're the person that stands on the sidewalk and says, Steve Rebell, pick me. Yeah. So we got that juxtaposed with the black rubber Mary Jane Croc looking things. Make that make sense. So, there is a happy medium between these and yours. And I'd be happy to help you find it. Oh, pity dragon fruit, PP Gate. That's so nice of you to say. Lisa, bringing taste and class back to you two. Well, I try, girl. I try. Oh, God knows I'm probably going to get sniped in the bushes before I wake up tomorrow morning. But unlike them, hey, I'll take it. Hit me with your best shot. Give it to me. I know you're going to. Okay, we talked about the polyester and the cold shoulders. Get rid of them. Listen, there comes a time when you have got to stop buying all your clothes from Boston Proper and Newport News, and you're at that. It's that season of your life, I'm afraid. But Mallory, take my word for it. I think you would look phenomenal in a caftan. Okay, caftans cover a multitude of sins. They look great on. Find me a body style that doesn't look good in a caftan. Just please make it silk. And if not silk, then a very lightweight cotton. Believe me, I know how brutal these Florida summers are. Polyester ain't your friend. Hi, Charlotte's Webbing. How are you? Paula Sidney. Now, I think I'm wrong, but when I first saw her digging in that little Coach bag, I swear, am I the only one who it looked like she had the strap on there with a safety pin? I think she's just used it so much that I don't know, maybe it was a camera angle. Okay, we talked about the necklace. We talked about the Coach bag that Molly bought you at the Coach outlet. The heavy donor, the makeup, sidewalk telethon. Yes, there is, newsflash, everyone. There is no amount of super chats. Not 99 cents, not $1.99, not $499, not $1,099, not $1,000,099. There is no amount of super chats that can buy you class. Nope, none. You have it or you don't. Now, style, on the other hand, you can buy. Oh, I was almost going to forget to do this. I sure hope that she gave St. Jude a cut of that grift. She should have. If she had any class at all, any modicum of class, she gave them a cut. I somehow doubt it. Okay, we're at the end of the program. Here's how we're going to end. We're going to end with a quote from one of the most stylish, classiest, wow, That being said, homeliest women in fashion history. Class, does anyone know who I might be talking about? This woman, well, she defined style for decades. At Harper's Bazaar, at Vogue. She was the original Anna Wintour. Does anyone know who I'm talking about? What if I said, the eye has to travel? Class? Diana Vreeland. Yes. There is actually a documentary of the same name. The Eye Must Travel. Mallory, you had the eye just a ping-ponging, so I don't know. Oh my God, if you think I was brutal, you better be glad that Miss Diana Vreeland is in the grave. Let's see, we're going to end with a quote from Miss Diana Vreeland herself. Una momento, please. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. Oh, goodness, I hope. Oh, damn it. I didn't make it big enough. Pardon-moi. Oh, I was doing so good with this damn thing. I don't know what it is. This thing always gives me such a hard time. Present. A little bad taste is like a nice splash of paprika. We all need a splash of bad taste. It's hearty, it's healthy, it's physical. I think we could use more of it. No, taste is what I'm against. All righty. Well, I don't think I can top the immortal Diana Vreeland's words, so I'm not even going to try. All right, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the new people, some of whom I've never seen before. I appreciate that. Heels in the Air. I still want to do a collab. I think it would be absolutely helpful. I told you the one I want to do. You just tell me, girl, you give me a time and I will change my whole schedule to be there. All right, everybody. I hear my husband out there getting dinner prepped. Black and mahi. See, I don't cook as much as I used to. I used to cook a lot, but my husband, he cooks fish. He's good at blackened fish. Not me. So tonight it's black and mahi, broccoli, and probably a box of Fruity Pebbles for dessert. All right, some things never change. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I will check in during the week. I still have, we're going to do plastic surgery disasters. Thank you, Peggy. Heels, I wanted to mod you and a couple other people, and I don't know, I couldn't do it on my phone. I did it in the very beginning, but I tried going in my live and I couldn't pull the names up. So next time I'm going to do that. All right, everybody, have a great Sunday evening, and please do not stalk, harass, dox, and hate, because we are not like them. So please don't do any of those things. Just go to your favorite channel and laugh at them. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great night, and I'll see you during the week. Bye.